Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Yakuza. I forgot we were in a cutscene, so I'm going to have to edit this funny for myself. Only I'll get this joke. Have a good day. I'm Drunken Dan.
I'm Train. So, if you want to know where Sebo is, he died. I think the hurricane got him.
He's not in the Carolinas, dude. He's in New Jersey.
Well,
The good news is, actually, it's funny. You make that joke, but at least when I was watching the news today, which totally won't date this, it got downgraded to a Category 2, so it's not as bad as it was going to be. So hopefully, the damage won't be so bad now.
Nah, it's Carolina.
I mean,
They get hurricanes and storms like every other week.
I don't think that's right.
I don't know. Who knows anything about Carolina? Who gives a shit about Carolina? There's like 5 US states people actually like.
So, I don't know why this made me think of it, but I was watching this thing today about the whole, Kinder Eggs being banned in the States. I didn't realize it was to the point where, if I wanted to import one, I could actually be fined a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that is the dumbest fucking thing. I want to point out in my country, if I want to right now drive up to a gun store, because I could give me 5 minutes, I'll find one. Even though New Jersey's laws are a little stricter than some other states. I could probably buy an assault rifle legally. But if I wanted to buy a chocolate egg with a toy in it, oh god, I am a convicted felon.
It's a choking hazard, Dan. People don't choke on bullets.
Actually, that can happen, yes it can.
You can choke on anything if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
Certainly, I've had enough people choke on me. What?
You work in a fucking hospital. You've seen enough people choking on the stupidest shit, I'm sure.
Choking if you're lucky. It's if it's gone the other way. That's when it's funny.
Oh god.
No, I just accidentally slipped and fell on this bottle of Coke. Actual story, I've been told.
Good
Yeah.
fucking job.
And it's like, well, I don't know who you think you're fooling, but it's certainly not me, my friend. I
just gotta say, for the 80s, Tachibana's got a really good prosthetic arm, just saying. Just saying. His prosthetic arm's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, well, he's got those connections to Takeshi Hongo.
Oh.
Come and write a joke.
See, my first thought was a Speedwagon Foundation joke. Gotta get those Joe jokes somewhere.
Oh. I feel like JoJo at this point is a bit too dated. We need to be up to date. I would say we should talk about Logan Paul and KSI, but I think we already did that joke. I feel like we did. Did I?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
I didn't watch the fight. All I know is there was a fight. And it's like, why didn't they both die?
I'm not even gonna lie. That's kind of what I was thinking right now. I am not gonna deny it. That was my first thought. I was like, oh, are they dead?
I was kind of hoping it would wake up the next day and it'd be like the beginning of Rocky 5, where they're just like, oh, by the way, Rocky, you've got permanent brain damage. If you get punched once more, you are dead. And then they made 2 more Rocky movies.
Maybe if we were lucky, what would have happened was they would have both punched and would have turned one of those cross counters, except where they hit each other up the nose, so the nose goes up into the brain.
Maybe we could have got really lucky, and then as they go to punch each other, then the arena explodes, or wherever they had the fight. I don't know, their mother's basement or something. They'd have made $8 million or something out of it, so it's a good scam.
Yeah.
Good scam for a fixed fight.
And that's how wrestling was born.
Well, wrestling's not fake.
The scary thing is there are people, that legitimately think wrestling is real.
Yeah, but...
I don't understand how.
Yeah, but there's people who legitimately think Suicide Squad is a good movie.
Why?
I have told you this story about how I know 2 people who swear blind that Suicide Squad is, to quote, a great character piece.
I know, you said this 100 times, but every time I just think to myself, why?
Every time you die inside a little bit more.
You know, that's one thing I gotta say though. What I think is funny about Kazama in the series is he's this like hitman assassin guy, yet like half the time he's doing everything in his power to avoid shooting anybody.
I mean, it's all about restraint, right? You can't just act like a GTA character and willy-nilly gun everyone down every 5 seconds.
Or a streamer playing Hitman and throwing Coke cans at everybody's head.
Yeah, you gotta have like some level of subtlety to it. You gotta have a level of tact and finesse.
You gotta throw bricks at their heads.
Yeah, or just have Kazuma Kiryu not kill anyone.
Kazuma Kiryu has never killed a man.
I'm pretty sure he's killed like 6 people in this short time we've been playing. If like 6 big generous.
I mean, so far I haven't used any of the heats that I think kill so far.
I used the one where you throw a guy off a roof because that almost assuredly kills someone.
No, I haven't used that one yet.
Especially when you do it off the top of Millennium fucking Tower.
Nah, that hasn't happened yet. I haven't really had a fight on Millennium Tower. That's not even in Zero, remember?
Yeah, I know. It's just weird because it's in every other game, so we got to go to Millennium Tower. But it's like, why?
It's like, alright, we gotta have our big fight on Millennium Tower. Listen, it's big.
Why? This fucking tower. Yeah, but it was in the first game, though.
Yeah, but this is the first game.
This is the Zero game, hence the title.
Before the first. Maybe we'll have a 02, 03, 0EX plus Alpha.
No, that's what I was actually going to say earlier. So they've released like gameplay demos of the... I forget what their code name is, but the next Yakuza game, because we know it's Yakuza.
Oh, the one where you play as a detective?
Yeah. I forget what
the... like a action mystery sort of game.
Yeah, but it's set in Kamurocho, and apparently there's some like mentionings of the Tojo clan, so Yakuza sequel that's not about Kazuma Kiryu or Goro Majima.
I bet you $5 Majima will show up. I will bet $5.
I wouldn't be surprised to see like old man Kiryu as like in it either. Or at least like, some character who's like, is it Kiryu? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We'll never know.
While he's investigating, he'll just run into Majima. It'll just happen. I'm willing to bet money. It's just gonna happen. Majima's everywhere, after all.
Majima is everywhere, except in Kiwami 2, where he's too busy being a construction guy.
Listen, he's got a job. He's working a legitimate business. He's even got a uniform now. He's got his hat.
Yeah, I mean his Mega Man cosplay hat.
Yes. Which is based off of construction hats in Japan.
Yes, I know. I'm not thinking, oh man, metal's invented.
I'm saying it for the audience, so before they jump up and like that one person maybe comments for once in a blue moon and starts yelling at us for not knowing.
I mean, Medi.
We know what it is. So you can yell at us for something else, like some bad opinion that one of us has.
I only have good opinions.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about Spider-Man, I remember that.
I mean, it's a great game. It's like, movement is literally a 10 out of 10. I'm playing it right now just to dick around the city because just traversing it's that fun. Like, I kind of briefly touched on it in like numerous other things I've done, but like, I always feel that the key part of any sandbox game, like, it should be movement and momentum and like how traversing the city feels. Because, you know, all the other things are just kind of secondary if getting from point A to point B is not fun, right?
Yeah.
So, but with Spider-Man on PS4, they've actually combined...
I mean, hell, just real quick, for Yakuza, while I like the game, when I'm just trying to go to the missions, I just say fuck this because I don't feel like accidentally running into a side story if I'm at that point, and I just start taking taxi cabs just to get around.
I mean, that's the thing, is that Yakuza is a great series. It's just, there is a point where running between places is just not fun because that's all you're doing.
Especially if you're not like, so like the only time I'll walk around is like I don't even walk around if I'm going for a sub event. I'll look at where it is and I'll just take a cab to it. Or like if I'm trying to buy something, I'll just take a cab to it. I'll take a cab that's closer to the story event when I'm doing that. So yeah, like walking around the city is not fun. Everything else is fun. That's like, if I was to give this series like one strike, it'd be that. But then again, what the hell are you gonna have him do?
Web swing.
He doesn't. He can't.
Spider Kiryu.
I mean, we're gonna have Fist of the North Star Kiryu,
Exactly.
complete with a skin to play as Kiryu.
I mean, why isn't Kiryu in Smash?
Why isn't Kiryu in fucking Tekken?
Yeah, no, that is bullshit. Get the fuck Harada. Oh yeah,
We hit a fucking idiot from the Walking Fucking Dead piece of shit show, but we don't get Kiryu. What the hell, Harada? You've
Oh, yeah,
betrayed
so-
my trust.
Soul Calibur 6 is next month. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna be recording that on my own. I'm gonna do the create a character story.
Yeah.
I have a poll right now on my. It'll be done by the time this goes up, but I have a poll that's going on where the options are: there's one player, Paladin I played in Pathfinder, Penny Punch, lots from my Fallout playthrough, and then the other two are Dan Backslide and Skeleton Warriors, because you can play because they have different races now in the game. Like I saw like a weird orc looking thing too, and one of them is just straight up a skeleton.
Skeleton Warriors.
Oh, by the way, I'm fighting Mr. Shakedown.
Oh, take this, you piece of shit. But
The good news is I have a decent enough chance because I'm a high-level character in a low-level situation.
because you're a Chet.
I am a Chet.
Massive Chet. But like, so one of the advantages is they've kind of learned from all the other Spider-Man games and incorporated enough elements to make it so whenever you're moving, you don't. There's no points where you have to like ever really slow down. So, like for instance, in Spider-Man 2, if you hit a wall, you come to a dead fucking stop because you crawl to it. In this one, if you hit a wall, if you're holding move fast button, you instantly start wall running. Same with going up a building. Even if you are not swinging or wall running, if you just hit the ground, if you time like a follow-up jump quickly enough, you'll just roll and then leap high into the air, so you can keep going. You can web zip onto specific points and springboard off of them to get more height and speed. So it's just like in every capacity there is. If you're playing it right and well, then you never ever have to slow down apart from cutscenes and storyline, and story stuff. But whatever. I also really like the combat, although the dodge mechanic's a bit not great. You have a problem where you'll get swarmed by enemies quite frequently, and it becomes kind of unclear as to where you're being attacked from because the spider sense indicator is over Spider-Man's head. So unless like you're getting shot because there is a trail from the shooter to you before they fire, it's impossible to know which of like the 7 enemies are trying to
about
punch
to
you.
swing at you.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird because like I remember like Batman and like Sleeping Dogs, they would put it over your enemy's head so you knew who was gonna swing at you.
Mm.
So you could then counter and bap them in the face.
I think they tried to not just do 1-for-1 the Arkham combat just because everyone's going to draw comparisons to Arkham anyway.
I get that, but like for like players' sake, it makes sense.
There's
Or
also-
at least put something visually in there so you know who's going to attack.
There's also some character choices I can't really say I'm a fan of. Like, specifically Mary Jane as a reporter. I don't like it. I don't like a lot of the way she's handled in the game story. Because she keeps throwing herself into situations where, like, she's sneaking into a military compound and then gets mad when, like, looks like she's being held at gunpoint and Pete flies in and saves her. And it's like, I don't need saving. I'm not, helpless. And it's like, well, I mean, maybe you should have been sneaking into a military base and having a gun pointed at you then.
Are they trying to turn her into fucking Lois Lane?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the problem. So, I get what happened. They went like, okay, so we need to include Mary Jane because she is the favorite love interest, and Gwen Stacy exists to be Spider-Gwen now. And nobody remembers Betty Brant.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. The original Spider-Girl.
Who? I'm being a jackass. I know who. I'm just being a dick.
I know who she is. So so then they make her a reporter because model/actress would be like way too that's a sign of some sexist, chauvinistic times. So then they make her a reporter, which fair enough. But then she's not really like have any of MJ's traits or even like necessarily look like her beyond having red hair. A friend of mine will relentlessly point out she looks like a Last of Us character. But so it's like, okay, I mean, the only reason I bring it up is because I famously said I despise MCU Spider-Man because he has none of the traits I associate with Spider-Man in him, apart from having amazing sticking powers.
Yeah.
But like, so if I chastised that and didn't point out the problem,
Mary Jane, you'd be a hypocrite, is what you're saying.
Also, do you care too much if I spoil a certain character who is in it in the first 5 minutes?
I know Black Cat's in it.
She's in the DLC, but there's another character you might not know. But he's literally in the first, like, when you beat...
Go ahead.
So, Otto Octavius is in the game.
Okay.
So
I'm not surprised, because Sinister Six, so...
Yeah, well, spoilers, you can see where it's going. So, but they kind of do Doc Connor storyline with Otto, and it's weird. You know, in the sense of, it's this person I really like and respect, and then bad things happen.
Okay.
But, you know, I guess just because, well, we can't do the Lizard because the Amazing Spider-Man did that, and, well, we're trying not to... I mean, they borrow a lot of other things, like Osborn is the mayor, and Oscorp is the uber evil corporation behind everything, which is... I don't know, story-wise, it's a very kind of weird game. I do really like Peter, and Yuri Lowenthal actually tries. It's shocking.
Hey, listen, every now and then he'll try.
Yeah, one day he'll be like, you know what, I broke into this recording booth, maybe I'll actually put in some effort.
The only thing I know about Black Cat is the face model and voice is the same person. It's the lady who did Futaba's voice in Persona 5. I'm forgetting her name right now.
But, yeah, so... She also
does the voice of Magilu in Tales of Berseria.
Nice. But, so yeah, that's going to be DLC that comes out next month, ? So, I don't know, it's a pretty good game. I'm not surprised, and fully expect to see it on lots of Game of the Year lists and top 10s and blah blah blah, endless praise.
I definitely plan on getting it.
And it's not
sometime probably after Yakuza, but there's a lot of things that are coming out like real soon that I want. Like, cause like Mega Man, I have that pre-ordered. I have Soul Calibur pre-ordered. I don't think I have anything for November because I canceled Spyro.
Okay.
My reason was the games aren't all on the disc, so I got a problem with like when the service dies, losing those games, especially when you got to uninstall games constantly because the hard drive space in this fucking thing is so fucking small.
Yeah, that's why I got an external hard drive for it.
Yeah, I should probably do that at some point. But like, you get my point though. Like, I don't like the idea of losing them. Like, Crash had them all on the disc. Like, why the fuck didn't they want to put them all on the disc this time? That's fucking dumb.
It kind of begs the question, what's the point of the disc then?
Exactly. At that point, it just has the one game on it, and then just takes up space. Because it only has Crash 1 on it. Not Crash 1, Spyro 1 on it. Like, it's just dumb and annoying. So because it pissed me off, I was like, alright, well, maybe I'll buy you when you come on Steam, because at least with PC, you can back up files yourself.
At the very least, it's got delayed till November, didn't it?
Yeah, they delayed it. So what's funny, so they did two things. Like, the week before it was going to come out, they changed the box art to, like, a really, in my opinion, shittier version of the box art. And then they, like, a couple days later, they announced that they were delaying it till November. Which, of course, people have been saying, like, hey, if you're delaying it, that better mean they're on the disc now, right? That's where they're going to be, right? And I'm like, I don't trust Activision. I do not trust Activision. I never will trust Activision.
It's a bizarre scenario to be in, and I wonder why why they've been futzing around with Spyro so much, considering this just success they had with Crash. You think, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Activision.
Yeah, true.
There you go. You wanted an answer? Activision.
Oh, speaking of shitty companies, though.
Oh.
You heard about the thing with EA?
Oh, you mean with the loot boxes?
Yeah.
Where even though it's illegal now in Belgium, they're standing their ground and stomping their feet.
It's like, yeah, Belgium's just like, this is illegal now, and they're like, well, yeah, but we don't care. It's like, well, I don't really know how you think this is gonna end for you guys.
I'm looking forward to seeing the end of this, because this is gonna be funny.
I mean, it's gonna be they're gonna lose probably get fined a whole bunch.
Yeah.
A couple people get fired, and then they'll have to think of Plan B.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's really funny. They're like the equivalent of portray the law. I am the law, and basically, where they're thinking they're above this shit.
Well, maybe they just didn't think Belgium was a real country. I mean, there's a famous joke about, do you know, the two most famous people to come out of Belgium and what they've got in common?
What?
They're both fictional. Is it Tintin and Poirot?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, think of any other famous Belgians. I'll wait.
I'm not going to try because I know I can't.
But yeah,
Oh,
so
God.
EA have escalated beyond just people being mad about loot boxes and saying, well, and saying nothing, not even having the decency to apologize for it.
At least the other companies pretended or got passive aggressive.
At least they said, okay, you win this one at this time, but you'll be.
We'll try to get the people that we are trying to get to spend all this money on the boxes to tell you to make it legal again. Haha.
My stance is I don't like in games where I've had to already buy the content and all the loot box content is purely cosmetic. Then no, I'm not going to put any money into it because, you know, while having like a nice shiny skin in Overwatch is fun, like I could probably grind out that skin anyway.
When I played Overwatch more and I wasn't really buying the games, like every now and then I would buy them, but it was very rare. I
play Hearthstone, and I'm not ashamed to admit I do put money into that, but I would argue
it's also a free game.
Yeah, the difference is Hearthstone is a free game to begin with, and also there is a benefit beyond just there's like a physical benefit to purchasing packs though, like because you're getting cards to help you win and do better and build more decks.
Yeah.
Versus like as I said, Overwatch skins are nice and everything, but they don't actually. But unless aside from like very minuscule like things.
Oh yeah, they just make you look different. That's all.
Yeah. And that's why their recent, like, pay-to-skin ones, as my friend calls them, are laughable. Ever since the stupid Overwatch League token bullshit. It's like, oh, hey, you want this emote? Or you got to pay money to get these stupid Overwatch League tokens. Or watch, like, 6 hours of Overwatch streams a day. And it's like, man,
no.
I get annoyed at this game just playing it. I'm not going to watch people substantially better than me playing this game and get paid for it.
Yeah. I haven't touched it in a bit.
Oh no, you were more into TF2. Was TF2 ever like that?
I mean, I was really into Overwatch for a while, but like...
No, I know that. I just more so meant was TF2 a similar kind of attitude, because I know they had a whole thing with hats and not quite loot boxes, but basically proto-loot boxes.
They were loot boxes. They were fucking loot boxes. People like to pretend they weren't, but they are loot boxes. They were before the Blizzard stuff. People like to pretend they aren't, and pretend it's different, and pretend they didn't inspire the idea. Those people are idiots and liars, but that... Maybe it's part of the point. But, what do you mean by if it's got as bad?
Well, I mean, I know TF2 had a lot of issues with, like, the whole loot box system they implemented, at least from the player base to the company. So I was just wondering if you were more connected with the community at that time. Was there kind of similar outrages or problems? Just on an obviously smaller scale, or
what, people getting mad, or
yeah?
No, nobody gave a shit back then.
Huh.
Now I do actually pop TF2 in every now and then again, but okay, so I just got to talk to random people to find the Tachibana president. This is one of those ones where they don't give you an icon, so I just got to kind of randomly talk to NPCs until I find the thing.
Yes, or like when the submissions where they're like, oh well, you just need to. Oh, you gotta wait for a call, and it's like you walk 5 feet, and then suddenly you get a phone call, or the next part of the thing happens.
That's a little bit easier to deal with in this, where you gotta like run around town.
Yeah,
but
it's the same kind of thing where you're tangible, where it's a lot more kind of freeform.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like loot boxes are one of those things where it's fine if it's done in a way like.
Do you want me to kind of explain how the TF2 ones work,
Oh,
or do you
yeah.
know how they worked?
I remember how they work, yeah, but you can explain for the audience.
Okay, so TF2 loot boxes are crates. How they worked was a bit different than Overwatch's. So they weren't. So the way item drops in general were in that game was you got. I don't know how much it is now. I used to know the exact number, but I forgot. But you would get X amount of drops a week, and it would refresh at I think like 11 o'clock, like at night, like before the or like midnight or something like that. I can't remember, but for that week you get X amount of drops, so you could get usually a gun or like some kind of weapon of some kind, a hat which was exceedingly rare, other type of cosmetic which is also kind of rare, or you would get a box of some kind, like whatever their crates were at the time. Now, these crates would take up an inventory slot, which is fucking annoying, because to open them, you need to buy a key.
Yes.
And the keys were like $2-3 a pop.
So, it would frequently wind up in a scenario where you've got these crates that you can't open without having to spend money, and they're just taking up slots.
And you can't, so you can break down some items to create metal, which the metal can be used to create new weapons, hats, and stuff like that. But crates can only be discarded or opened. That's all you can do with them. You cannot turn them into metal. You can't do shit with them other than delete them or spend money on a key and pray to God you get something okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many things you get in a crate because I've never bought one, and the only times I ever opened a crate was when they gave me a free key. Because I just never really bought them. Now, on the other hand, though, Overwatch does allow you to buy any cosmetic or weapon you want in a store, like, firsthand. So you don't need to buy the crates or the keys if you don't want. You can just... So, like, unlike an Overwatch where, like, let's say you want that one special Tracer skin, and TF2, if you want that weird pyro costume, you could just buy it outright.
Mm.
And now, TF2 nowadays, actually for a long time, it's been free to play. I do remember when it wasn't, because I actually did play during the non-free to play days. Oh, here's where I'm going to learn Beast style.
I remember the days where it wasn't free to play, back in the old Orange Box days.
Yeah. What's funny
back
is you still hear
people realised that Valve hated the number 3.
Or making games.
Yeah, back when Valve made games and not just money.
But what I think is I wanted to make a critique on the community. So that created, when that happened, it created this kind of funny thing where some of the older players. Now, I honestly welcomed the newer players because at that time TF2 was dying, so it needed players, and this was honestly a good thing. However, it created the term where people will call a player a free to play. Now, before it meant they didn't buy the game. Then later, as people played longer, it turned into former free to players who bought like a cosmetic or a key or something and got the proof of purchase hat for free from doing that. Doing it as a way to lord over other players, while I'd be sitting there with my old fucking veteran badge just telling people to shut the fuck up, because nobody cares.
Oh, wait, so a video game community being toxic?
Yeah, I know. Surprising, isn't it?
Man, how far we've come.
It's so weird. I wonder why people have trouble getting into games. I don't understand. It's so hard to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how last time you were talking about how the hair in this game is good? Right now that I'm seeing the B-style lady, I get to make fun of it again, because she has long hair, and like parts of it on her shoulder just like, basically just pieces just standing there.
Yeah. And
it looks so bad.
It's not like consistently great, but it's still fairly good, especially considering this is also a PS3 title.
It would look better. It would look better if they like put her hair in a ponytail or something.
Yeah, but like I said, it's once again it's good comparative, like everything else that was coming out. I mean,
there are games with better hair physics than this. Like,
yeah, like
for PS3.
Well, Yakuza's in the actual HD Yakuza games, not the Well, not the ones that had to be intentionally held back to accommodate an older system. Our old favourites. But
I am looking forward to the remasters or re-releases of 3, 4, and 5 for PS4.
yeah, same. I hope they come out. I hope there's a bit of a gap between them because I do find if I play, I do find it's the kind of game where it's hard to do back to back or series, just because like you get so used to having the power level of like late game character for Yakuza, it becomes slightly annoying to go back to basics level 1.
It didn't really bug me. I mean, hell, I'm bouncing between this and 2 at the moment.
They also have drastically different fighting systems.
That's true. Like you don't have like the rush, the beast, or the brawler style in that game. It's just dragon style.
2 just uses the same combat mechanics as 6. Kiwami was where they experimented more with doing the multi-style thing. I'm not sure 100% why they decided against using the styles overall, but I can only assume it's because it was you just kind of reach a point where.
Well, also, what will end up happening is a player will pick 1 or 2 styles that they prefer.
Yeah, it'll be Rush. And people will pick Rush.
Yeah. Usually people either say Rush or Beast. For me, it's Rush. I use Beast more in 1 as an opener, and then I switch to Rush. That's typically what I do, at least in Kiwami 1. In this game, it's typically Rush. Maybe every now and then I'll use Brawler. Because this one's a little bit slower than... Kiwami. This one's a bit slower than Kiwami 1 in terms of the pace of the combat. But yeah, there are people that tell me like, yeah, the Beast style is the best one. I'm like, what? No.
No, I don't like it. It's too slow. It's too cumbersome, and it's
people and like it's okay for crowd control, but like
the problem is I feel it's too reliant on.
And also, enemies tend to dodge it more easily.
Yeah. It's like great that you got the super armor, but like even your damage output's not like substantially better than Brawler's more consistency and Rush's overwhelming attacks.
And being able to duck out of the way real fast and fuck up.
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. Is that Beast is fine for hitting lots of people, but for anything that requires any kind of like speed or whatever, don't use it. But the problem is a lot of fights require like quick movements on like quick stepping and interrupting people's animations with punches.
Like in early parts of the game for crowd clearing, it's good, but once enemies start dodging, like then it just falls off completely.
Yeah.
The only time it's decent is like if you just want to go ham with a weapon nearby and just not take the second to hit a button to grab it. And just swing around like a lunatic. But other than that, you might as well either just stick to Rush or Brawler.
Yeah.
Brawler if you want something a little bit that has a bit more kick to it, and Rush if you want to be dodging and hitting people in the back. And just genuinely comboing them. The only other time to switch to this other styles is they're easier to get a heat attack off. So what you can do is you can fight with Rush, switch to Brawler, use a heat attack, switch back.
Well, there's one of the differences between Kiwami 1 and 2 versus 0 is that heat attacks are a lot less situational and a lot more consistently pulled off.
They're more consistent in this and Kiwami 1 too. Yeah. Oh wait, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I'm saying is that in Kiwami 1 and 2, heat attacks are a lot more consistent and easy to pull off, whereas with this one, it's not. Whereas with 0, because they have the whole added mechanic of the heat levels. You have to you can only use some heats at level 3.
Right.
And,
that works like that in Kiwami 1. It's just I think there's some more attacks you can do.
Yeah, probably that.
Because they built off of this system for Kiwami 1. But yeah, it's just Rush and Brawler are just better. I know we keep saying it, but they just are.
Oh yeah.
I'm using it right now. I'm gonna be using it for this fucking tutorial bit, but like, there's no point in using it most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, see, like right here, like it's also hard to even aim some of your like big strikes.
Yeah.
Because they kind of just go off into another direction.
They go wherever they want to go. But it does actually somewhat remind me. So you remember there was an earthquake in Japan not too long ago.
Yeah.
And so the Nintendo Direct was actually scheduled for like the other day, and it's on tonight. So
Okay.
Just telling you that. I mean, yeah, it's not very useful to people because then they'll be like, "Man, it's fucking old news."
I do know about it. I mean, I know I saw a thing where there's like copyrights for what is it? The a Golden Sun.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
So some people are speculating that we might see something for Golden Sun.
Possible.
But but I mean, we'll know the audience will know by the time this video comes out what all gets announced.
Yeah.
But Golden Sun was just never something I got super interested in, so I'm just kind of indifferent. But I mean, I think he should be in Smash. It was a popular game, and he'd have a decent moveset. You could do some cool shit with the arm power.
Yeah.
Like the weird like magic hand thing.
Well, we'll see what comes up today, or if he even comes up today. Maybe they'll just be like, "Here, we're announcing a new fighter. It's an Echo Fighter of Marth.
It's Shadow the Hedgehog.
It's Shadow the Marthog."
He comes out and it plays the fucking theme from Shadow the Hedgehog, where it's like that scene from the Smash Wii U trailer where they're like fighting down the cavern. He just like comes up from the fucking hill with the gun in hand.
I mean,
I'd
be fine with Shadow's inclusion if he used a gun. It's fucking funny. Shadow kicks Mario on the ground. Bam! 3 in the head.
I feel no evil. He fucking homing attacks Snake, takes the bazooka and shoots them with it.
Come on, Nintendo, get your act together.
And whenever you play him, it has to play that music. You know he won.
Like Trombone in Super Robot was, it just overrides everything else.
Exactly! It has to play! If it doesn't, the game is automatically a 3 out of 10. Because scores matter to people.
Apparently.
For some unholy fucking reason.
No, scores matter to box art, Dan.
No, people get fucking pissed when you, say, oh, this game, if you give it a score, let's just pick Breath of the Wild at the top of my head. Don't give it a perfect score. Give it, an 8. People will get fucking pissed.
No, better idea. Take Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, give it a 7.5.
I mean, that seems about right, if I remember Gen 3. In fact, that seems a little generous for Gen 3, because Gen 3 was trash. Fight me.
It does also have too much water. I mean, it's okay to steal from IGN, because they steal from everyone else.
That isn't even my problem with it, but it is funny.
No, it's fine.
The map is trash, though.
I don't know, I can't remember. I've not played Pokemon Gen 3 in so long.
It's not very good. There's some people who will swear up and down it's their favorite gen. Those people are incorrect.
My favorite gen is She-Hulk.
Wait, what?
Jennifer, Jen.
Oh, I get it. It's a funny joke.
Yeah. I can make those.
That's a lie.
I mean,
don't lie to my audience. How dare you?
I am your audience.
I'm replacing you with someone else.
Oh no, not again.
Who should I replace you with? Oh,
Meddy and Carl.
Damn it, I forgot. Meddy and Carl, yes, perfectly. I'll replace you with Meddy and Carl, and they'll derail the recordings for 2 years. We're not making a reference to anything. What are you talking about?
Okay, Dan. You should have got that pink slip and framed it.
If I wasn't lazy, I would take the time to go to the channel, find the video when he was going to fire me, like right before he recorded it, link that video in the description, because in toward the middle part of the video, I start actively airing out the fact that he's firing me from the recording because he lost 1 subscriber. His name is Hunter, by the way.
1 subscriber.
And I was like, are you serious, dude? So I was like, yeah, sure, I'm fine with it. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get Carl and Medi. I'm like, that's not a good idea. And
I'm more impressed he kept track. Oh shit, 1 subscriber.
yeah. Hold on, I lost 1 subscriber. I think I made a joke like that to Train for one recording, because like there was one from like one of the videos he was in. Like I was like, "Uh oh, Train, you cost me a subscriber. I gotta fire you now."
That's why we didn't speak for 3 years.
No, it was actually because things in life got kind of hectic and hellish. And also, I moved to Discord, and we just didn't reconnect until randomly you found my thing.
Yes.
But no, it was because of that 1 subscriber. In fact, actually, now that I remember it, I gotta remember to give you the pink slip again.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
I wonder if Hunter ever got back that subscriber.
He lost forever.
Well,
How dare you let an alcoholic into your videos? This is a Christian channel.
oh, was that what he complained about?
No, I'm making jokes.
Oh, I can't be sure. It would have been funnier than if it was just he thought you were annoying.
Probably just thought I was annoying.
It's easy.
Or I said something they didn't like. I mean, like, I say things that piss people off. It was more controversial back then, but I remember I pissed people off because I didn't like Sonic Adventure 2 or Mario Sunshine. I had some people get pissed off enough to where they were saying that I just didn't like video games. Because I didn't like those 2 specific video games. Because that's a logical conclusion, right?
Yeah. Well, you made the one mistake of assuming there was any logic involved in any kind of decision making, and that
Who said I was saying that they had any logic?
And most people who have opinions on the internet work on the basis of, well, I have this opinion, it's the correct one. Other people should have it. If they don't, they're incorrect. Admittedly, my opinions are correct, but that's besides the
God
point.
damn it. But
I'm the exception, not
like,
the rule.
Okay, but yeah, it's the funniest thing because I was just like, I think like in the next recording I made fun of it where I said, all right, let me go break my entire library of video games now because I hate video games. I've been exposed. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, are you serious, man?
So I've mentioned before
I spent a lot of money on something I fucking hate. Apparently.
It's okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Remind me, I had a bit of a rage against Reddit earlier as well.
You know, Brackus keeps saying, keep your ribs knife-free. If only he knew what happened in Kiwami 2. Maybe he knew and was trying to warn him.
Maybe he's psychic. Thanks, Bacchus.
Maybe he was the man who did it. Hey, boy!
I told you
Stab.
to keep your ribs knife-free.
Hey, boy! I just love that fucking clip. Now I still gotta run, so after I've done that, I still gotta run around town and pray to God that I find the people that I'm supposed to talk to. Before I have to end this recording, otherwise not fucking shit is gonna have gone down.
Ah, well. It's okay, we covered a whole bunch of topics. Oh yes, you know, how I mentioned I like Red Letter Media.
Yeah.
I did a video recently where Mike is a massive Star Trek nerd, right? It's a whole like video talking about his treatment, aka fan fiction, for the Star Trek thing that they brought back Patrick Stewart as Picard. It's like, wow, it's a whole like
how bad is it?
30 minutes of here's my Star Trek fan fiction. It's like I went on Reddit and everyone was like, man, he should write for Star Trek, and it's like, man, Reddit, you fucking circle jerk.
Welcome to Reddit. That's pretty much what Reddit is.
Yeah, I know.
Reddit is a circle jerk.
But just, you kind of hope that eventually some people will do some things and everyone's not going to just... No.
There's your first mistake. Where the hell...
The worst part is Reddit is a valuable resource.
Ah, damn it. I ran into a side quest.
Well...
As I'm trying to look for this fucking thing.
It's okay, we don't have to do the side quest now.
That's true.
You can save it.
I'm trying to just find the fucking people to talk to, and because the thing doesn't tell you where you're supposed to go, you just kind of gotta wander around, because even like the thing says like, do I fall in with Tachibana or not? Time to ask around town. See what I can dig up dig up. Where's this business they drove out?
Actually, you know how we talk about Tachibana's amazing prosthetic?
Yeah.
I think I know where he got it from.
Where?
Diamond Dogs.
He's a diamond dog.
Makes sense. They were active in the 80s.
They're all dogs.
Played us like a damn fiddle!
Such a lust for revenge. Ooh! Listen, I'm recording Berseria on my own, and I couldn't help but let that out at least one time. If you've ever played Tales of Berseria, you know why.
I think I can take a guess. I like how MGS.
By the way, I recommend Tales of Berseria if you haven't played it.
I like how MGS is basically the story of man. Kojima hated Kaz Miller.
Kojima hates Kaz Miller at the game.
Yeah, basically. Not even in the first one. Spoilers. Spoilers for this 20-year-old game.
Oh, so Huey is the worst human being in the world.
Yeah, but that's kind of the problem with MGS5, or MGS5, in that we know that Huey Emmerich has to live long enough so he could try and kill himself and Emma, because Hal sleeps with his wife.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole thing of, man, how do we deal with Huey Emmerich? It's like, okay, so how do you justify not just executing him? Oh, that's right, you fucking don't. You just say, well, we can't kill him because he's... he needs...
Oh, behind Theater Square, nice. So now I have a place to go. But go ahead, sorry.
Just, as I said, it's the kind of problem of, like, realistically, they should have killed Huey.
Yeah, there's no reason not to kill him!
Except for the fact that we know he has to live because he has to suicide in about 10 years' time.
Like, I mean, yeah, I get that, but, like, there's realistically no reason for them not to just fucking kill him with everything he's done. There's no justifiable reason to keep him alive other than because plot.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, and that's the overarching problem with MGS5 in general. There's no reason for any of this to happen. Everything just kind of happens, and then Kojima's like, haha, look, I tried.
And it's not like, and it's not like one of those things where they don't know, the characters don't know, but we know. Oh, the characters fucking know! That's what makes it worse.
Yeah. Like, literally, you have the whole thing after you found evidence that he decided to kill his wife/girlfriend, who was also everyone's friend, because she objected to him putting a toddler inside of fucking Sahelanthropus. The dumbest Metal Gear of all, by the way.
I mean, yeah.
Sahelanthropus is the worst.
It was pretty scary to fight, but it doesn't make any sense where it's like, wait, why is this thing so technologically more advanced than even the Ray?
Yeah.
Like, if it was just a little better than, say, the Rex, I could, like, pull bullshit out of my ass if you want me to do the mental gymnastics, but for the Ray, no.
I mean, the Ray's not even better than Rex.
It is known as the Rex Killer, even though you use it to kill a
Yeah,
Ray.
I was gonna say, except for the fact that Rex Rex Ray, because it has the Street Fighter protocol engaged or whatever bullshit. I didn't see Rex do it, no Shoryukens.
You didn't do the input right, obviously.
It's okay, because we will talk about Smash. I'm gonna have a fun time in this come December. Because I've discovered, with all the people I usually play with, when I used to play Ryu, none of them could play Ryu because they couldn't do the fucking inputs. So I get that fun again. How is your Ryu so much better than our Ryu's? It's like, well, because I can do a quarter circle. It's like, play some Street Fighter, nerds. Get the
nerds.
Yeah, get the 30th anniversary collection, whatever number it is.
30th anniversary. Oh, for a second I thought it was only one Yakuza guy. I was gonna laugh if, like, this one guy was walking up by himself, because that's just funny. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take you on! Just me! That happens sometimes in 2, and it's really funny.
Especially considering who you are in 2.
At that point, it's like, why are you people even picking fights with me anymore? Go home!
Become a family man.
Like, it's at that point where it's like, why are you people bothering him? Like, do you want him to just beat you within an inch of your life?
I think at some point someone would point out it's like, oh, that's Kazuma Kiryu. He's badass. He's probably going to kill us.
He's the only asshole in Japan who's like that fucking tall in a white suit.
Oh yeah, did you do the sub-quest in Kiwami 2 for the fake Kiryu?
Yes! I like how he just has like this fat neck. And it's just like a guy pretending to be a dead man. Because isn't he pretending to be Shinji, the other guy? Hello?
Yep, yeah. Yeah, he's pretending to be Shinji.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't fucking that up. And that guy's fucking dead, like super dead.
He's pretty dead. So dead, he's barely referenced.
Ah, your close friend that you never see in Kiwami 2. Or reference in Kiwami 2, or 0. Just like Reina.
Yeah.
Except for Reina appears in 0, at least. At least she gets that. At least she gets that.
Yes.
But she's, like, also super fucking dead. Nishiki, like, murdered the fuck out of her. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't Nishiki. It was that one assassin working for Nishiki, but same difference.
Yeah. Good old...
I don't know why we're... Oh no, we're talking about plot twists in an old game that we'll probably play at another time. Oh no!
Yeah, well, no one will... Like, yeah, 80 hours later, I'm sure people will remember that Nishiki is a bit of an asshole.
I mean, he's so likable.
I mean, it's just the kind of general problem of only if you played 0, you really have, and you know, the added scene.
I mean, he's okay in 0.
But it's like, only if you play 0 do you really have a point of reference for, oh yeah, they're friends. Whereas if you just played original Yakuza 1, it's like, oh, they're friends, and Kiryu lets himself go to jail, and then 10 years later, Nishiki's like, well, I need to kill you now, because everyone likes you better than me.
Even the girl I want to bang. But don't you have a girlfriend? But I want to bang this one.
It's okay, everyone wants to bang her.
And doesn't like your girlfriend get more screen time than mine? You shut up.
Yeah, but
you get a better girlfriend in the sequel.
Well, for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes before she's written out of the plot and never seen again.
Because, I don't know, I guess they figured that Kiryu couldn't, like, run an orphanage and have a girlfriend.
I mean, what is she gonna do? She only knows how to fight.
Yeah, she could just go and join the police department in Okinawa, I think is where they settle in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Okinawa, because then they hit up all the three major Japanese areas, or the 3 most, like, touristy ones, the 3 ones that, like, kind of crop up the most.
Yeah.
4 if you count Kyoto, but I don't think we've ever gone to Kyoto and Yakuza.
I would. You'd know better than
Unless
I would.
5 goes, because I never played 5.
5 is the one where you can play as Haruka, but she doesn't get the fight. She gets dancing. That's her encounters. Dances.
Yeah, well.
Someone, I remember, because I was like, that's dumb. Someone's like, oh, yeah, well, where would she learn how to fight? I don't know, maybe the 6 foot tall man that's taking care of her? Maybe him? I don't know.
I think Kiryu is really going to be a good teacher for fighting.
I don't know, like, half of his fucking life is just giving people life advice.
Yeah, but it's always just more kind of by accident he hits on these moments. It's like whenever...
I think he could be a good teacher. It's just more of they didn't really think of that for some reason.
Maybe.
It's like it's just the dumbest thing where it's like, where could this person learn how to cook? Their parents' a chef, like a world-class chef. Like,
yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just dumb.
Getcha. I guess maybe Japan just didn't want you to have like a 15-year-old girl just like fighting people with knives and swords and guns, etc.
That's a lie, and you know it.
Oh, I don't know, man.
That's like half of anime right there.
No, the other half is tentacles.
No, that's hentai. See, hentai is another whole other thing.
Is it though?
Yes.
So I guess that is actually a point. People say, man, Japan has weird porn, but then, like, I don't know, the West invented furry porn.
We did.
So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, you know?
Honestly, like, I think it's funny when people obsess over it, but I'm just like, dude, unless it's, like, underage shit, I don't care what people do, like, what two consenting adults do in their bedroom. I don't give a fuck.
I care if it's not illegal. Like, if they're not having if they're having a drug deal in their bedroom, then yeah, I would care about that.
I was talking more about sex stuff.
But it's a sex thing, is it?
We were just talking about it. We were literally just talking about it. Are you a goldfish? I think he's a goldfish.
He's over doing his own podcast over at, I forget where it's at, to be honest.
Wait, are you calling Sabo a goldfish?
No. I'm calling him a guy who's got a job. Yeah, not really well, but he's still not a functioning member of society, so, I don't know. All I know is I tried listening to that podcast once, and then I got annoyed at the first episode and closed off forever. Annoyed for a dumb reason.
What was it?
Okay, so the first thing I listened to, they start talking about Yu-Gi-Oh for some reason.
That's always a good way to get me to turn off.
I don't know, it was like a weird thing, but specifically they talk about the whole Exodia thing, right? And how it's like disgustingly overpowered and bullshit like that. And it's like, I did some quick maths. And it's like, you have to draw 5 cards out of a minimum of 40, right? And the chances of doing that are like astronomical. And it's like, that's just basic game theory. No, not that game theory.
But hey! There, I got it out.
It's just such a bizarre point that they were so focused on. It's like, but you're wrong. You're stupidly wrong. It's like basic maths is on my side. And that was why I quit. The end.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, like, even if you're friends in it, where you're just like, okay, I'm just not enjoying this.
Friend is a strong word. Person I know. A person I know is in it.
Aren't we a snippy little bitch?
It's okay. My favourite thing is always to say friend is a strong word.
It is. He says it all the time. You can make a drinking game out of it. Anytime you suggest the word friend to him, he'll do that. Literally anytime. It's like a reflex to him. Yeah. Oh, hi, homeless people.
It's okay, Kiryu is one of them.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Wait, we're not that far. We're not that far into his story yet.
I like how Kiwami 2 has him in an apartment. It's like, wait, what? Where the fuck did you get that?
From all the money he got after beating the shit out of half of the fucking town of Kamurocho?
There's a point. Like, how rich is Kiryu, considering how much income he generates just off of walking down the street from people trying to mug him?
There's that, and then don't forget, in this game, he becomes a real estate tycoon. So, like, he got money.
I assume those assets got seized when he goes to jail in 1, though.
True. I mean, he could get them back, or because I don't know. Wasn't really.
I don't know. It's Japan's justice system. It's widely corrupt.
Yeah.
And completely stacked against the defendant. So
that's what Phoenix Wright is. A fucking.
That's what Phoenix Wright is. A commentary.
Hell, they even bring it up in Persona 5.
Yes. It's literally the whole point of everyone going, yeah, but don't you see the problem with a society that works on the basis that the police have to be inherently right, and therefore, it's like literally just forcing people, just like trying to just force people into confessing and bullying them, just because it's easier.
Literally, Sai's fucking like character arc is her going from this asshole prosecutor to a defense lawyer by the end.
So she becomes Miles Edgeworth. Got ya.
I mean, yeah, kinda. Except she's a better character. Fight me.
I mean,
she didn't steal a game from Emma Sky.
Yeah.
You know, an investigation game.
Yeah.
Right up her fucking alley. Instead, we get Miles fucking Edgeworth, who I don't really find all that interesting. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. I find his ability to update autopsy reports enthralling.
He's such a good character.
It's okay. We're all jealous of him.
Even the basic bitch guy you fight you go against in the first case is more interesting than him. But that's just because he's funny.
Sam Payne.
Yes, but that's because he's funny.
The rookie killer.
Ah, yes, the rookie killer.
Back when he had hair. Well, sort of.
Doesn't his appearance degrade as the series goes on more and more?
No. So what happens is he's in the first one as just this kind of really nervous wreck, who is your first opponent, because then case after that it's the Edgeworth show until you get to the final case where it's Von Karma, Von Karma. And then he shows up again as the introductory prosecutor for 2. And I think he's in 3. I can't remember. I've not played 3 in forever. Oh, yeah, he is in 3 because he's in the very first case. But that's where he's the rookie killer, a super prosecutor who's never been... Who's very... has such a great win rate, and he's got hair, and he's uber confident, he's shit-talking. And then when Mia in the past defeats him, that's when his confidence is shattered and his hair is blown away. And that's why he becomes the nervous wreck he is by 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
And then I've never been able to play either of the 3DS games, so I don't know if he's in those. He's not in Apollo Justice.
I know the one 3DS game is where they have Athena that want your tag along for one of those games.
Yes. Athena's in both, I think.
Yeah, she's like that. She's that a mood ring thing, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Which they sometimes do as a gag, where she'll say one thing, but then the mood ring will tell you what she's actually feeling, because it's funny.
Because women are fickle creatures.
But all right. Just for you. Right now we're actually got the Tachibana stuff where we went to that guy who's holding out. Once this stuff ends and I can save, I'll stop playing for today.
Fair.
Because we're over an hour. I mean, we're always over an hour. With a game like this, you kind of gotta be anyway. And
yeah.
Same thing with Tales of Berseria. I usually try to go for an hour because it's a fucking RPG. That game's 50 hours long, give or take, depending on if you decide to do side shit.
Well, you may want to cut out some of the grinding of that.
Oh, I mean, you don't really even have to grind in Berseria. It's a pretty damn well-balanced RPG where you can just kind of face roll, just run into the encounters that are in front of you, and you'll be fine.
Fair.
Tales games are pretty well designed.
Except Symphonia.
You're not wrong, because you do have to grind in that game.
I was gonna say, I thought you hated Symphonia.
I don't hate it, I just don't like it as much as other ones. Mainly because, I've played newer ones, and they're just better. So when people say it's the best one, I'm like, no.
Or is it the first one they played?
It's the first one I played. It's the first one a lot of people played, to be honest.
That's what I said.
So, yeah. But it is the first one I played, but it's not my favorite.
Kind of like how everyone's Final Fantasy is generally what I thought is one of 3 options. 6, 7, 10.
Or 9. 9's another popular one.
9, yeah, 9, I guess. I just feel like those 3 are the most popular ones. With 9 and 4 then come in. And then occasionally people will remember 5 was the thing. And then some people will lie and say they really like 3.
But,
And nobody played 12. And nobody cares about 12.
I like 12.
You like it. Do you really say you care about it, though?
Do you mean, as it's my favorite, or what do you mean?
As in, yeah, you've played 12 and you enjoyed it, but is it, any part of that that's, kind of stuck with you in Well, first of all, do you like Vaughn?
Vaughn's okay. he works for what he is, and that's the idiot that the shit needs to be explained to. He's at least a better Titus, because I don't find him grating, because he's always fucking, like, saying, this is my story!
But all I'm saying is that...
Also, I'm a dream!
Yeah, we're all a dream.
And he's not Hope.
Yeah.
But I've made fun of 13 enough, so I'm not going to do it. Broken records and what have you. But yeah, when it comes to, like, Tales, my favorite one is Berseria, which is the newest one, but that's not why, because Zestria, which came before it, I feel is a disappointment, especially compared to Exilia. So, like, the ones that I tend to gravitate more towards are just kind of random. It depends on their story, their characters, the interactions, all that kind of shit. Combat system.
Fair.
Berseria, for me, does everything right. There isn't, like, I like the protagonist, which is rare. Usually in an RPG, the protagonist isn't my favorite character. They're usually somewhere towards the bottom. But, like, I don't really have a favorite in Berseria, to be honest with you. Like, I tried thinking about it when I was recording Berseria, and I couldn't really pick one. I know it sounds like a cop-out, but I'm being honest.
It is a cop-out.
I mean, I guess? I just literally can't pick one. I love them all. For different reasons. Like, there isn't one that I think I prefer over the others. And there isn't one that I don't like.
None at all.
No, the main cast, I like them all. And of the enemies you fight, yeah, I like them too. There isn't, like, that character that pisses me off.
I mean, there's that for me. It's called Dan.
Listen, I'm not a character, I'm a person, you fucking piece of shit.
Oh, person, is that what we're calling it now?
Listen here, you little shit. I'll have you know I have 200 confirmed kills.
You know, for some reason I was just thinking, is he gonna do that? Is he gonna make... Are you gonna reference that old ancient fucking meme?
I could go even deeper. Peanut butter jelly time.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm old. I know all of the shitty old memes.
You know, the very first time I heard...
I'm surprised, like, one of the old memes I'm surprised never, like, got used to the point where it fucking died was how is Babby formed. That should have fucking been one of those, but it didn't for some reason.
Maybe it's just because it was a bit too specific.
I reference it all the damn time, though.
Yeah, but I'm also meant in that... You know, there's not, like, that many situations you could really use it in without, like, trying too much.
You say that like people don't do that with other memes.
Oh yeah, they do, but they're also the memes that just kind of die the dog's death, like Ugandan Knuckles.
Or the fucking Dat Boy meme.
Yeah. Or Millhouse is not a meme. The meme.
That died after a couple of years, though. Because I mean, the meme is not a meme, but that's also the meme. But it being a meme is also not a meme. But it's a whole fucking train wreck. It's a giant fucking train wreck of a meme. Seriously.
Train wreck. You are correct.
I think the Millhouse is not a meme. It's probably the biggest train wreck when you go down the fucking tunnel that is that meme.
Well, the thing is with memes, right? They either die funny, or they live long enough to become the worst thing ever, like Harambe.
Yeah, I saw a fucking like car, like this is like back when that meme was hot shit, where they had a Harambe like car sticker thingy on their car, and I was kind of annoyed when I saw it.
That's what I'm saying, is that it goes on for so long that you just become sick of it. Like, I remember the first time I heard Gangnam Style played on a radio in real life, I was like, man, I think I just died inside.
Like, even if I enjoy a meme, I would never, like, buy a thing, like, to, like, have in real life of the meme. Because it just, I don't know, it just feel like it should stay on the internet where it belongs, and that cesspit of a hellhole that is the internet.
Yeah, at least on the internet, it's easily avoidable.
Yeah.
Just don't go on any form of social media or interact with the greater populace. Easy.
It's so easy. Even an idiot can do it.
Yeah. Whereas if it happens in real life, you can't avoid it. It's like, oh, they're making jokes about Gangnam Style in real life. It's like, but I come here to escape this nonsense.
Yeah, whenever someone references a meme in real life, I actively cringe. And I'm not one of those cringe culture people, if you know what I mean. But, like, I just don't want to hear memes in real life, man. Just don't.
The problem is, like, memes are only funny in, like, a greater context as well, right? So, like, say, Spider-Man memes were more so funny just because of the captions, right?
Right.
And how they related to topics that they were involved in. You can't just, like, take an image of the Spider-Man from the 60s cartoon and throw it up and then be like, get cheap laughs. I guess they did, because that's what they did with Spider-Verse.
I mean, yeah. Because they did do a couple cheap laughs with it.
Maybe one day I'll nut up and read the Spider-Verse instead of just kind of thinking, man, it's a crossover event in Marvel. It's not looking good so far.
Yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna save the game now, and we're gonna end off here. I actually saved already, but like we were still in the middle of conversation. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy us rambling over Yakuza, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.
Next time you should cut us off mid-conversation.